Waking up alone in the wreckage, Kai struggles to piece together what happened. Dazed and confused, he sets out into the unfamiliar jungle, desperate for answers. But the deeper he goes, the stranger things become. The trees seem too perfect, the animals strangely tame. And when night falls, the jungle transforms into a labyrinth of darkness and danger. But through it all, Kai presses on, driven by a desperate hope to find another survivor, anyone who can tell him what happened here. He soon discovers an intricately carved wooden sign pointing upwards into the dense canopy. As he looks up, he sees something that makes his jaw drop. High above him, nestled among the leaves, is a sprawling treetop village, a hidden world untouched by the chaos below. Determined to reach it, Kai begins a perilous climb, battling thick vines and leaping over chasms. Finally, he emerges into a breathtaking sight. Before him lies a vast metropolis, a marvel of wood and living vines, where buildings seem to sprout from the trees and bridges meander between them like vines. Astonished by this secret world, Kai cautiously approaches the inhabitants, hoping for answers. But his every move is watched, his every step measured by the deep-set eyes of the locals. They are a peaceful people, their bodies adorned with intricate tattoos and their faces etched with wisdom and weariness. They live in harmony with nature, harnessing the power of the jungle, yet untouched by its dangers. They are wary of outsiders, their suspicion evident in their evasive eyes and clipped words. Yet there is one among them who stands apart, Ilara, her gaze steady, her voice soft but firm. She steps forward, intrigued by Kai's tale and sensing a kindred spirit beneath his grime. Despite their differences, she offers him water from a gourd and listens intently as he describes the catastrophe below. When he finishes, a heavy silence descends, broken only by the distant calls of unseen birds. Finally, Ilara speaks, her voice echoing with sadness. She tells him of a terrible blight that has spread across the land, twisting living things into cold, metallic constructs. This creeping corruption is known as mech vine, a relentless parasite that devours all in its path. It was brought here, she believes, by the same force that brought Kai, a tear in her eye as she gestures to the sky. For generations, her people have fought back, sealing away the source of the corruption and building their sanctuary high above the reach of the parasite. But the mech vine is patient, relentless, its tendrils probing for weakness. Now the very trees around them are showing signs of decay, their roots turning black and brittle, their branches creaking with a chilling, hollow sound. The civilization, once vibrant and hopeful, is now on the brink of despair, their spirits as withered as the trees they depend on. Ilara's people are deeply suspicious of outsiders, their isolation breeding fear and mistrust. For them, the outside world is synonymous with the mechanical menace that plagues their dreams. However, Ilara recognizes the desperation in Kai's eyes, the raw determination in his stance. There's a flicker of admiration in her gaze as she assesses him, seeing not a harbinger of destruction but a fellow warrior against a common foe. She proposes a bargain, an opportunity for Kai to prove himself, to demonstrate that he is not a bringer of metal sickness, but a true ally. In exchange for their help, he must assist them in purging the corrupted trees, venturing into the dangerous outer reaches of the jungle to gather rare purifying flowers. Though apprehensive, Kai accepts the challenge, eager to prove himself and earn their trust. As Kai ventures into the infected zone, he witnesses firsthand the devastating effects of the parasite. Trees that once reached for the sky now stand twisted and barren, their roots a tangled mess of rusted metal. Strange mechanical creatures prowl the forest floor, their movements jerky, their eyes glowing with a menacing red light. With each step, the air grows colder, the lush greenery giving way to a chilling metallic landscape. But amidst the decay, Kai spots the first blooms of blue moon orchid, their vibrant color a beacon of hope in this monochrome nightmare. Carefully he plucks the flowers, noting their unique properties, their petals shimmering with a strange energy. Back at the treetop village, the elders prepare a ritual bath, infusing it with the orchid's essence. Kai watches intently as they chant ancient words, their voices echoing with both sorrow and determination. When it's ready, he is instructed to submerge the infected saplings in the bath, hoping to purge them of the mechanical blight. As the orchid's energy flows into the roots, there's a visible reaction, a shuddering as if the tree itself is in pain. The metal within recoils, the black ooze turning a sickly green. Will it work? The question hangs heavy in the air. As dawn breaks, The tree shows signs of life, its leaves unfurling, their edges regaining their vibrant green. It's a small victory, but in this battle of attrition, every success counts. Alara, her face etched with concern, reveals more about the mech vine and their desperate struggle against it. She shows him ancient texts, their pages filled with chilling illustrations of the parasite's advance and failed attempts to stop it. According to their legends, the mech vine is an alien entity, drawn to the planet by some unknown force. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, its purpose unclear. All they know is that it consumes all in its path, turning living things into lifeless metal. The villagers believe that the key to stopping the parasite lies dormant within Kai, his very essence a potential weapon against the encroaching blight. Kai, touched by the villagers' plight, feels a surge of determination. He will help them, not just because he owes them his sanctuary, but because he sees the courage in their eyes, the unwavering hope that binds them together. Together, they are stronger than the parasite. With newfound resolve, Kai delves deeper into the history of the mech vine, poring over ancient texts and listening to the elders' tales. He learns of a hidden power within him, a gift and a burden passed down from his ancestors, the ability to sense and manipulate the energy essence of living things. Guided by Alara, he begins to hone this ability, learning to read the energy signatures of the plants around him, feeling the pulse of the forest itself. This ancient power is both exhilarating and terrifying, its potential boundless, its consequences unpredictable. As Kai hones his abilities, the threat from below grows. More trees fall victim to the parasite, their cries echoing across the land. The mechanical creatures become bolder, their numbers swelling. The treetop village, once a sanctuary, is now an island of life in a sea of cold, hard metal. Kai realizes that he must unite the villagers, drawing on the strength of their collective spirit. He teaches them to feel the energy of the forest, to sense the pain of the dying trees and the anger of the corrupted creatures. As the final battle approaches, he sees their fear, their grief, but also their unwavering determination, their refusal to give up in the face of overwhelming odds. And so he leads them, preparing them for the final stand against the mech vine. Leading his newfound allies, Kai devises a daring plan to stop the mech vine's advance. Using his heightened senses, he guides the villagers to the heart of the infection, where the parasite's energy signature is strongest, its hold on the land most intense. The plan is risky, relying on Kai's ability to manipulate the forest's energy, but it's their only hope. Reaching the center of the blight, they find the source of the corruption, a pulsating mass of tangled vines and twisted metal, the very essence of the mech vine. As the parasite senses their presence, the ground trembles, the blighted trees shuddering with a new wave of mechanical energy. With a burst of speed, Kai dives into the mass of vines, dodging snapping metal tendrils and withering roots. Guided by Alara's voice, he pushes on, manipulating the forest's energy to weaken the parasite's hold. The other villagers follow, their movements precise, their determination unwavering. As the battle rages, Kai feels the full weight of the parasite's power, its alien essence a corrosive force that threatens to consume him. But he pushes on, drawing strength from the hopes and prayers of those around him. Suddenly, he feels a surge of power, the combined energy of the villagers flowing into him, amplifying his abilities. With a final burst of effort, Kai channels all his energy into the forest, purging the parasite's influence. The blighted trees shudder one last time, then begin to heal, their leaves unfurling, their branches reaching towards the sun. The mech vine, its hold broken, recoils, its form dissolving into the forest floor. In the aftermath, Kai looks out over the rejuvenated landscape, the jungle teeming with life once more. He has saved this world, but at a great cost, his connection to the forest severed, his power waning. But as the villagers celebrate, their joy echoing across the land, he knows he is not alone. He has found a home, not just in this world, but in the hearts of its people. Yet even as the celebration reaches its peak, Kai feels a pang of longing, a yearning for the world he once knew. With heavy steps, he begins his descent into the jungle, leaving behind the cheers and laughter of the treetop village. The familiar sights and sounds of the forest are both comforting and haunting. And as he walks, he begins to understand that his journey is far from over. He carries within him the knowledge and experience of two worlds, forever changed by his journey. And as he looks up at the sky, he sees not just the stars, but a reflection of the strength and courage he has discovered within himself. His adventure has been long and arduous, marked by loss and sacrifice. Yet it has also been a journey of self-discovery, of forging unbreakable bonds of friendship and love. And as he continues his journey, he knows that no matter where he goes, he will never truly be lost. For the strength and resilience he has found within himself will guide him home.